If you are here to understand about generational wealth, I need you to drop a 7 in the chat. If you're here to understand what it means to leave a legacy for your family, I need you to drop a 7 in the chat. It's a lot of 7s in that chat, which means a lot of people are on the same accord as I am. You guys are thinking the same way I'm thinking. A lot of people ask me all the time why my energy level is so high and why does it stay that way? Well, one, I get proper rest, but I also maximize my day in order to deserve proper rest. Proper rest in my lifestyle is about 3 to 4 hours a night. The rest is grind mode. Because in order to leave a mark between the date I was born and the date I leave this earth, I have to put in the time in the grind to get that legacy built in between time. I charge each and every last one of you guys on this call to pay attention for the speakers I'm going to bring up. I charge each and every last one of you guys on this call not to take this opportunity for granted and not to waste our time. I will tell you one thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Any other organization will be charging you guys a certain amount of money to even have a call. Any other organization will be hitting you guys with thousands of dollars to show you strategies that are literally turning 12-year-old traders into successful traders within a matter of months. I got a few on this call, okay? Other organizations are not here to see if you're gonna win and actually help you get to that next level. Other organizations are gonna give you a product and then say, good luck, here's some instruction guides. PIPOLOgy, we do things a little different. We put our name on our backs. We put our faces on our brand because we understand there was a gap in the culture. We understand that nobody was doing anything right. It was all about trying to recruit somebody. It was all about just trying to get a quick dollar off of somebody. That ain't the goal here. We're trying to build a movement. So again, I'm gonna ask y'all a couple of more questions. If you had a culture that was set up in a way that you can share strategies off of multiple products, would you enjoy that? Drop a 7 in the chat. If we had a culture that you can share your strategies with other people that are already more successful than you, already have more experience than you, and want to see you win without charging you for it, drop a 7 in the chat. If you feel that it is a good thing to be celebrated when you win a trade, when you win anything in life, drop a 7 in the chat. If you agree with me that the whole goal is to be consistently profitable in Forex by growing your account over time, not trying to blow your account, trying to be like all the big boys, right? Literally being a consistent trader to grow your account over time, drop a 7 in the chat. Darnell, I want you to do me a favor, Brody. Do your shirt like this and put it in the screen. That says trade, win, grow. That is our motto, and that's how we move. My name is Loso06 on Instagram, Low Standards on Facebook. I've been trading for about 13 years. I have an 89% winning rate trading with Aero, and I also am a beast when it comes to EAs. The team that you have on this call are about to share with you products that we use on a daily to trade, win, and grow together as a family. The people on this call are expert traders. They have more experience than me, or they're just smarter than me. I'm gonna tell you right now, I cheated all the way through high school. I barely made it through college. And I'm proud to say I got 3 degrees. Also proud to say that I 3X my job 2 years ago. And it's a great feeling to know that I can go catch some pips whenever the hell I feel like it to pay all my bills in one trade. So the time that you're spending on this call with us is very valuable to us because as you can see, if you look at my mirror over here, I'm trading as we speak. My time is money. The traders on this call's time is money. We do this call because we want to see you win. No gimmicks, no fluff, all results. Again, no gimmicks, no fluff, all results. Our main objective is to exploit the market, find products that work, and share them with the culture. in order to build a movement where people can trust what we're doing and we can see you guys win. And also, when you win, share your results. Let somebody else bring somebody with you. Okay? The Aero product is owned by Nate. Nate is with PIPOLOGY, which means we have full control. Okay? The product Neo is owned by Avoya Prime. We're partnered with them. Great company. We know the owners by name. Meet them, hang out with them. We are here in a safe environment. We control our own destiny, and we also control the next pip we catch by plugging into a community where you trade, win, and grow, including live calls on a weekly to make sure if you need some hand holding, we're here for you. We already made the mistakes for you. So please give your attention to this call and what we're doing. It's not a game. People's lives are being changed. For example, let's just find out. PIPOLOGY. If you're working with PIPOLOGY, you're catching a bag consistently with PIPOLOGY, drop bag in the chat. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. With that being said, I'm going to drop the mic, but I got to edify my good friend to bring up an expert advisor that a lot of us have been beta testing and a lot of us been getting results with. This individual in this group, tons of trading experience. We call the mama of the Black Squad because she takes care of everybody. Once you get into our group, trust and believe, you're going to know who she is because she's going to be there to help you get to the finish line, along with a lot of other powerful partners inside our culture. With that being said, I want to show some mad love to Mama Jackie of the Black Sky. Look, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Jackie!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hold on.
Let's go.
Let me close this trade real quick. Let me just make this money. Hold on. One second.
Already.
All right, I'm done.
Of course he's trading. Of course he's making money.
Get out of that US 30 trade. We already know what you're doing over there.
Getting those pips. She's getting those pips.
Sorry, Los. I'm sorry. I was right in the middle of a trade. I needed to close that.
Now, 4 positions myself. Don't win the trade. We good. That's what we do. But the floor is yours. Floor is yours. Let me know if I need to do anything on my end for you to share.
Oh, no, I think I'm good. I'm going to talk about Neo. Let me make sure I got it going on. Okay, I can share. All right, let me make sure I get it right. Hold on. I don't need to show y'all everything. Let me show y'all Neo. I was just in that Nas trade, so if y'all is in the chat, I just dropped a screenshot of it in the midst of the trade, by the way. I finished it with like 40 pips, and then I dipped. All right. So, yeah, I don't play with my money, y'all. So anyway, what's up?
You ain't calling no trade out? What's going on with that, Jackie?
Look, man, I was on the M1. Y'all got to roll with me. Got to be quick about it.
You got to be quicker than that. Ain't got time for that.
Ain't got no time. Sorry. All right, y'all. Let me stop messing with y'all. All right. So my name's Jackie. Hello, squad. So I'm going to talk to y'all about Neo real quick. And Neo is one of the expert advisors that, like Lo said, that we are partnered with the Avoya Prime. Make sure y'all mute y'all mics too, so that way y'all can hear me talk. And Neo, it's called Neo the Legend. That's exactly what it's called. And it's a very simple expert advisor. And I'm gonna say expert advisor. Short word for it is EA, or another AKA trading robot, whatever way you want to call it. Okay, and I'm just going to talk to y'all about it and just give you some information and see what you like it the way I like it. So let me share my screen. And in sharing the screen, this is what Neo looks like. Okay, so Neo the Legend. Very simple bot to use. It's really more of a bot that is a conservative trading. So if you don't really want to risk a lot and you just like to trade with low lot sizes, this can be the bot for you. Again, make sure y'all got
everybody mute your mics.
Thank you. Yes. Appreciate you, Sam. See, now somebody got Aero going. Y'all know y'all need to mute your mic. So with Neo the Legend, it only trades the pound to the Canadian dollar currency pair at this time. Okay, the developers are working on testing it out to see if they can add more pairs, but that's actually nice to keep it simple. It's only on one pair right now. And as you can see on the screen, when you load the bot on here for you, it will trade for you. And I will show you what that means. So whenever you join Avoria Prime, they give you a VPS. A VPS is called a virtual process server. All right. And it's like a remote computer. So you don't have to download anything on your computer. All right. You get access to this remote computer terminal. And on that remote computer terminal, we trade on the MetaTrader version 4 platform. Okay, there's an AKA MT4. There's an MT5, but we don't trade on MT5. This is made specifically for MT4. All right. Again, you don't have to download MT4 on your phone or anything like that in order to access this. You can if you want to, but it's not required. This is already done for you when you access the remote terminal. Okay. Now, once you get to the remote terminal, you're going to have your MetaTrader 4 platform. This is what you're looking at right now, available to you. And you're going to load this bot onto this chart for yourself. And since we only trade GBP CAD, you're only going to load it just for GBP CAD, pound to the Canadian dollar. There's a whole bunch of videos that will walk you through how to load the trading robot onto the chart so that way you don't have any questions about it. But if you do have questions, Squad's going to be here to help you. Okay? I ain't going to go through the whole setup right now because like I just said, there's videos for that. But in looking at GBP CAD, I'm a little bit of a more risky trader. You know, maybe y'all kind of saw that because I just took a nice trade outside the money zone in the middle of the night type thing and caught some pips. That's a little risky to do, but that's me. That's the kind of trader that I am. I like Neo because it is, like I said, a conservative trading bot, and I'm going to explain why. You trade in GBP CAD. The risky part is trading two modes. So Neo has a mode 1 and it has a mode 2. Mode 1 gives you like steady growth and it kind of lets you stay in trades longer. It doesn't take trades every day. And if it does go into a trade, it will go into drawdown. Drawdown meaning you may be in a losing position, but you didn't lose the money until it turns around and go back in your favor. Okay. It does that maybe about 2 or 3 times in a week. Maybe it'll take a trade. Mode 2 is a little bit more aggressive. Okay. And when I say aggressive, it means it'll take a trade every day, just about. Okay. And in that, it is more likely if it feels like it's getting into trouble, it'll cut your loss by doing a stop loss and get you out the trade. And then you just trade again the next day. The good thing about this is there's no thought process on you to take those trades. The only thing that you would need to do is just say, yes, I want to trade today. No, I do not. That's the benefit of Neo as one of the trading bots that that Avoria Prime offers. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. I have 2 charts up, as you can see, GBP CAD on the H1, on the M15. That means the hour chart. That means the 15-minute chart. This is all the information that Neo gives me. Tells me my chart, what server I'm on and so forth, the spread, my risk percentage, and what mode I'm running. I'm running both modes. You can run both modes at the same time, or you could choose to run one. It's up to you. You have these risk profiles, these percentages, and I'm explaining to y'all what the risk is because it was clarified more to me. The risk means you could choose anywhere from 5% to 50%. Okay. If you choose any of those risk profiles, you're telling Neo that that's actually the amount of loss that you're okay with taking when you are trading with the bot. So on this chart, I said for mode 1, I'm cool with you hitting 15% loss if it ever gets there. And mind you, they've done years and years of back testing, and that's the worst risk profile that you get right there. The highest it would go is 15%. It's very much out of years. Okay, I want to make sure I make that clear. But when you choose it, you got to make sure you practice proper risk management. Make sure you are willing to choose what you want to possibly risk. On the other one, I'm risking 25%. I'm a little riskier on the more aggressive version. And then it also will carry for me what profit I'm in. I'm in a trade right now, and it'll hold my profit. And then when it wants to take it out, it takes it out. I didn't do anything with this thing except tell it that I wanted to trade today and told it what my risk was for today. That's it. And then I go about my life, and it will trade for me. As long as I got that auto trader button going on, it'll trade for me. So with all that being said, that's, I'm hearing conversations and stuff. Hold on. There we go. Thank you. With this is just me showing Neo. Now let me show y'all some statistics on Neo, meaning some actual live accounts. Okay. So with that, let me give you this, and I'm going to show y'all this. All right. So y'all should be able to see this MyFX book. This is one of them. This is an account that's running both modes. It's a live account. All right. Giving you all this information. If you don't know what MyFX book is, this is one of the applications or softwares. That might be me. Matter of fact, sorry about that, y'all. That might be my arrow going. This is one of the softwares that you could use to track your trading performance on accounts. Okay. So with that being said, this account, you can see the gain 428%. Started. If y'all drawing on the screen, don't draw on the screen. Appreciate that. It started in August of 20, and you see the steady growth. They're running both modes. Okay. So you could just take a look at that information. Highest drawdown, 17%. I got to tell you, when I look at EAs, I'm actually willing to accept a 30% drawdown maximum. That's me. And I see an EA that produces that type of gain with this low drawdown below that. That's something for me to take a look at and investigate a little bit more. So those are the type of things I like to look at. See, that's my arrow going, I think. Sorry about that, y'all. Trying to catch pips. So this is that one account. And let me show y'all another one, because y'all want to maybe see mode 1. So here is mode 1. All right. So this is another real account showing mode 1, same time frame, less percentage. All right. And just a little bit less drawdown. But again, mode 1 doesn't trade every day. And then when it does trade, it tends to want to hold the trade open and doesn't take stops. Like it won't take a loss. It'll hold that trade and drawdown till it comes back into profit. And that's why you see that growth the way it is. Okay. So pretty much that's Neo. And I will say, I'm going to just add this additional information about Neo, is that when you're trading with Neo, again, it's only on GBP CAD. So if you're not familiar with that currency pair, it's okay. The fact is that Neo is kind of built for people that really don't want to do too much with a bot. They just want to let the bot do what it do and go about your business. The bot itself, you know, when you're trading with it, there's other ways that you can actually use it. But when you're in the community, we can kind of teach you those advanced tactics. But honestly, the way it goes, it is just turn it on, let the bot run, and just relax and just let it do what it do. No need for you to have a lot of human intervention with it. Okay? So that's pretty much Neo the Legend. And I'm going to leave it there unless, Los, you want me to answer any questions about it.
So I'm going to keep you on for a couple minutes. Yes. Again, guys, so mute your mic. This is an interactive call. All right. So the goal is to actually educate you guys on what we're offering within our culture of Pipology. So if you understand diversification, drop a 7 in the chat. If you understand diversification, drop a 7 in the chat. Okay, I see some sevens coming in. All right, so with that being said, understand, guys, there's not one strategy in any financial market that you trade. Understand that you have to be able to leverage manual trading and passive trading with expert advisors. All right, I use 2 or 3 expert advisors and I manually trade 4 days a week. All right. With that being said, I make sure I diversify my strategies. Okay. Neo Legend is one of those products that you don't have to put a lot of work into. You let the bot do its job. You accept the trades. Of course, look at the TA as it goes in. Make sure you agree with it, right? But it's a very conservative bot. Okay. So does anybody have questions about Neo the Legend before we move on to Aero? You can unmute now.
Yes, I have a question. How does it handle the news and stuff like that?
You know what? That's a good, I'm glad you brought that up about the news. It actually trades at a specific time of the day. It don't trade all day. So Neo actually will send you a notification to approve that you want to trade for the session. And it usually sends it about 1 p.m. Eastern time, between 1 and 3 p.m. Eastern time, for you to approve whether or not you want to trade. And then it actually will take trades between 3 and 5 p.m. Eastern time. So at the end of New York session. And it does that because the developers have decided that that's the best time where news doesn't even come out at that time. News that affects the GBP doesn't come out at that time, and news that affects CAD rarely comes out at that time. So that's why they specifically made it so that this bot trades at the end of the New York session. The only time where news may come into play is if the bot has a trade that extends throughout the Asian session and may lead into London. Then you might have any news affected, but it doesn't happen a lot. Usually this bot gets into a trade around between 3 and 5 p.m. and is out of a trade maybe about latest 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. So very rarely does news affect it. Good question, by the way, because news is a pain. Any other questions on Neo? Y'all so shy and quiet.
Over like, I'll be excited when somebody tell me how to make a bag.
Yeah, Jackie, can you choose any time frame that you want Neo to trade on, or is it just the H1 and the N15?
Actually, Neo doesn't even care about time frame. It's just that the developers say to only load it on the H1 time frame or less. And it's just my personal preference to have them on 2 different time frames so I remember which one is on which mode. But it actually does not go by time frame for it to take the trade. It just goes by whatever programming the developers have created. But they say to make sure you load it on the H1 or less, which is awesome, by the way. And I don't think I remember mentioning that either to everybody, is that here with Avoria Prime and in the community, the developers themselves, as you'll hear Nate talk about Aero, the developers themselves of Neo the Legend host weekly calls as well. So I believe they're on Fridays. So they'll host a weekly call every week, talk about anything new going on with Neo, if they're going to add a new pair, or if they're going to update something, or whether or not they even going to let Neo trade. Because there might be some days where they will say, this ain't the best day to trade Neo. You might not want to run mode 1, or you might not want to run mode 2, or don't run it at all. You know, they will give you that information. There's a Telegram chat channel that's specifically for announcements of Neo, and there's an actual chat group for Neo the Legend users as well. So, and that is all generated to ensure that you're not alone in your trading. I could tell you when I first got started with trading on EAs and stuff like that, it was just me by myself on Google trying to find bots to run with and everything. And I found some, and some didn't work and some do. But it was always just me by myself, and I had no one else to interact with that. So I would want to stress that one of the main benefits of being a part of this community Not only are you in Pipology and you get all of us, the Black Squad, with you, but then you have access with Avoria Prime, who thought it was important that the developers themselves would teach and educate the users on how to best use their software that they created. So I wanted to make sure I stressed that as well. So thank y'all for asking that question. Y'all making me think of some things. Anything else?
Did you get both these modes with one license?
Do you get both? Do you get both modes with one license? Yes.
Yeah, yes. And then I guess my question would be, what's the recommended balance to run Neo?
They have it down where you can start from anywhere from $500 and going up. They actually have like a whole PDF that has different balances. And in addition to that, they also have suggested risk profiles as well. And so you can actually take a look at that and see, but they do say you can start with as low as 500. I haven't though. I've started with a little higher. But that's just me again. I always kind of throw stuff at EAs and let them compound my money for me passively. But good question. Y'all can keep coming with the questions.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, what's up?
All right, this is Milor. So what broker can you use that with? Can you use it in any broker?
Any broker.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
Any of our products you can use on any broker. There is no specified broker that you could choose use any one of them. But I will, since you mentioned about the broker, it is best that you have a broker during prime spread time. So that means, you know how if you don't know, I'm gonna just explain it to you. When New York session closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time, between 5 p.m. and say 7 or 8 p.m., the spreads that you see here go high, go up exponentially. So when you're used to seeing like a 2.3, that thing can look like 19. That's not the best time to be trading anyway, because that affects how you get in and out of your trades. So you want to make sure that the broker that you use has a typical average spread for GBP CAD as 3 pips or less. So good question on that.
Do you have any broker in mind that is like that?
Yeah, oh, everybody in the group uses a lot of brokers. There's one in the chat. I think somebody could drop the link of the broker that a lot of us use. I believe, yeah, there's a link in the chat. So there's one of them. There's a bunch of them though.
All right,
right now.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See, Los, look at you coming through with the clutch.
All right. Thank you very much, y'all.
You're welcome. Go for it.
You saying that this Neo, the legend, is really good to have if you want to just have passive income?
I'm saying that it works best for that. I'm gonna just say, I don't want to necessarily give you financial advice or nothing, but I could tell you, like, me and a couple of my friends or family members, I'll just put it to y'all, like, we family. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. What I did was I took some money out of a Roth IRA, and y'all look at me. I ain't old enough really to take a Roth IRA deduction without paying a penalty. So I'm gonna just be real, okay? Because you gotta be 59 enough to do that. But I took some money out of my Roth because you can't connect a Roth IRA account to a broker that's trading in Forex, not that I know of, not any of the brokers I've used, right? So in order for me to get the money that I wanted to be able to use, I took it out my Roth and then I put it into a trading account and I let Neo run on it. The reason why I did that was because I wanted to be able to generate my money passively, but I also wanted to be able to cut out any other people that was paying fees, administrative fees and stuff like that. So I used that and then I became my own in-between person. And I used the broker to do that. That's kind of what I did. And I kind of did that with a couple of friends. They also did the same thing. So it's not financial advice, but that's one way to kind of think of it too.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Any other questions?
Does the software give you a take loss and a stop profit?
Actually, it does not give you a take profit, and it does not do a stop loss unless it deems necessary. So you're not going to see it. First of all, a couple of times, well, I've been finding, I'm going to just be real with y'all on this too. I've been finding that, we want to avoid stop hunting, okay, and take profit hunting from the brokers. When they get their file and they got all the list of trades of everybody, and they're like, oh, all these people got stop losses right here, let's go get them. And then you get your stop loss hit, and then like the next candle, then if the trade actually goes in your favor, they were coming for you, right? So a lot of EAs now do hidden stop losses and take profits. So you won't see it in the entry of your trade, but it's in the programming of the bot. So it'll say if price goes this far back against you, then you might just take out the trade. Neo will put in a stop loss if it feels it's necessary. And sometimes that stop loss gets hit, because we know not everything's 100%, but other times it don't, and it just goes in your favor. But it is a way to protect you. But it does not put in a take profit. And you kind of don't want it to anyway. You want to leave that hidden, but it'll close when it deems necessary. And it does not prevent you from closing yourself too. So there is no, that if you find that you have some experience in trading, and say GBP CAD is something that you're familiar with, if Neo goes into profit a certain thing and you're like, I'm cool, let me just take this money and run, you could do that as well. So you do have some capabilities of human intervention into the bot if you so choose. I love these questions, y'all. Anything else?
I have another question, but my question is, if you get to a certain point where you say, okay, I've made enough that I want to make on this account, and you can draw it down back to the 500 and start over again. Am I correct?
Yeah, you sure can. In that instance, I would think you would just go ahead and pull your money out from your broker and leave whatever you want leave in, and then just do it again. That's pretty much what sounds like what you would do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will stress to everybody too, even though this is one of the easier bots to use or to even get started with, just if you've never traded with a bot before, this has the least amount of settings. And I think I ain't even show y'all that, but I'm gonna quickly show y'all that. This has the least amount of settings to look at. Pretty much you ain't touching nothing except what mode you want to be in, what risk profile, and that's it. And it lets you trade every single day too. And you this manual time shift, they'll teach you how to change that if you need to. But I actually turn it off on Fridays because I don't trade on Fridays. And the reason normally, and then because this bot trades the end of New York session, this automatically will put me into a trade that holds over the weekend. And I don't hold no trades over weekends. So that's why I turn this off for Fridays. But there's plenty of people who leave it on. And sometimes Friday is the best day for the bot to make money, is from what I heard. But I don't take those chances. So I turn it off. And I'll just take what it gives me Monday through Thursday.
Jackie, are you allowed to trade other pairs?
Not yet. Not on Neo, not yet. Okay. Believe me, I try, and I'll tell you, because I'm hard-headed. Sometimes when developers tell me I can't do something, I go do it anyway. So, for this one, they were like, we only trade GBP CAD. I'm like, well, okay, squad know me. Let me see if I could throw this on S&P 500 real quick. I tried to put it on S&P 500. This thing yelled at me, said, nope, can't try it, get it off. And it like errors out. So
no, what I meant to say, could you trade on your own without using Neo, another pair?
When you say trade on your own with Neo using another pair, what do you explain?
Well, I guess you turn off the Neo. You turn off Neo. You just like say I want to trade US CAD or something like that.
Oh, okay. In that same account.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do that. You could turn off
Okay.
Neo. And matter of fact, actually, you could leave Neo on and trade USD CAD just like on your own in the same account. Neo is only going to care about what trades it opens, which is on GBP CAD. But it will take into account your drawdown. So, or any
Okay.
drawdown or any profit that you're in, it will take that account. So with this risk profile of 25%, let's say you went ham on USD CAD, and let's say you had 20% drawdown on it, right? And then Neo wants to come in and throw a GBP CAD on there, and it puts you at an additional 5% drawdown. It would actually close the GBP CAD and for a loss, okay? Because it's thinking you're at 25%. So be careful when you trade in the same account as a bot. And that goes for like any bot too. Because they all want to take that. Yeah, no problem. But I'm glad you asked that question. Any other questions?
How does Neo handle the lot sizes?
You know what? I'm going to tell you. That is not available information. And this is why. You can't, because you can't change the lot sizes at all. It just does it for you. And my understanding from the developer is that it'll take into account your account balance and your risk profile. And then whatever calculations is in the coding of Neo will spit out a lot size. But I can tell you the lot size is going to be very conservative. When I mean conservative, I mean conservative. So if you're a conservative trading person, then that's going to be great for you. If not, and you want to be a little bit more aggressive, that's when you need to kind of come holler at somebody in the group. Be like, hey, you know, maybe what can we do with this Neo to maybe bump this up a little bit, and we can kind of show you additional ways that might help with that. But unfortunately, they have not given out the source on how exactly it generates the lot size. But definitely will take your balance into account and your risk profile.
Let me jump in real quick, Jackie, too, for the individual asking that question. One thing I said early part of the call is we bounce strategies off of each other, right? We ain't gonna show a lot of stuff on this call, but best and believe when Jackie says we will show you how to make sure this software is gonna benefit you to the max, we have ways to do that. We can't give out all the sauce on the call, but once you get in the culture, you see what I'm talking about. Any other questions?
Does the software show why I entered the trade?
No, that would be the sauce of the developer, and they not gonna tell us, unfortunately. Believe me, I tried to figure it out. But good question.
All right, thank
you. No problem.
Hey, so Jackie, thank you so much for taking the time out to go over Neo, guys. Again, understand something. When you're using an expert advisor, don't try to go for broke, man. You ain't gonna turn it into $1 million in a month, all right? The goal is consistent profits, winning more than you lose, okay? That's the goal when you have an EA. Now, if you wanna get to the bag and start doing a little more risque type things, utilize the profits from the EA, hint, hint, to reinvest. And so what we're about to talk about now, which is Aero. All right. Hey, you know what it is, man. If y'all know who Nate the Bag is, drop Nate in the chat. If you know who Nate is, you rocking with Nate, drop a Nate in the chat, man. We got to pump this dude up, man. So I'm going to tell you one thing about him. He is a genius. When I tell you he's taking my trading to a whole nother level, my percentage, my win rate was around 69, 70% before I got on Aero, right? Now it's bumped up, okay? And when I tell you, only thing you got to do is follow the rules and you will. Well, I ain't gonna say that on this call, but if you're profitable right now and you're on this call, I want you to drop a bag in the chat. If you are profitable right now with Aero, drop a bag in the chat. Performance is key. Proof is key. We're a culture of transparency, guys, okay? With that being said, man, please show some love to my boy Nate. He's gonna go over Aero real quick. What's goody, bro?
What's going on, everybody? Everybody doing all right? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me.
Hey, man, what's
up? Yes, sir. Got you.
Hey, good go.
Nate the GOAT. Nate the GOAT.
All
All right, let's go, Nate the Great.
Big facts.
Yeah, hilarious.
Big facts.
Big homie.
Yeah, doing all right out here.
It's
All right,
funny because it's true, bro.
I'm just here to give back. I learned a skill set. So real quick, I'm not gonna talk too much. Gonna give a quick little background, and then we're gonna go over what you guys came to see, which is not me. It's Aero. All right. So I graduated with a degree in mathematics and computer science. So I've been a nerd all my life, and it's just now starting to pay off. So it's been pretty fun to see it paying off. Been trading the financial markets for about 14 years now. I've been in strictly just Forex for the last 5. But it's all the same as, again, you're just learning how to analyze charts. And with Forex, it's more technical analysis than it is fundamental. So for those who don't understand the difference between technical and fundamental, technical is actually analyzing the charts. Fundamental is actually understanding the news, the economic conditions, things of that nature that affect what goes on the charts. All right. But the cool thing about understanding the technical aspect of the charts are that there are always some breadcrumbs that are left on the chart that will give you indications of where price may be going next. And the goal is to either have a strategy or a tool that allows you and helps you to, with a high probability, catch the trade in your direction. All right. So without further ado, I'll pull up Aero here and I'll explain why I created this tool. Again, I started trading. It took me about a year and a half before I made my first withdrawal in Forex. The first 4 months, I went through about $8,000 and I learned how to do 2 things. Draw trend lines like this and blow accounts. So I knew how to draw a trend line and I waited for the break of the trend line. I'd over leverage my account. It'd go up, I'd make a few dollars and it'd come all crashing back down and I lose and get my account blown. So I learned how to do. It wasn't until I found myself a mentor who had a system in place to actually allow me to be successful in trading. All right. Took that, I built upon it, built my own strategy, learned stuff from other people along my years. All right. I got to the point where I said, you know what? I'm tired of trying to teach strategies to people because it's tough. How about I build a system that does most of the heavy lifting for you? And so Aero was born. I literally sat around for a couple months and designed the layout and coded it, a lot of it, as my background is in computer science. And a few of the people on the call, Jackie and Lowe's for sure could tell you, this version here is nothing compared to what the beta type was. The beta version was, the prototype version was trash compared to what we have now. And so being a part of the community is great because it allowed for real traders, new to experience, to actually use the prototype version and give feedback. I can tell you guys, and I still don't believe it, I'm gonna tell you guys about Jackie's story. She told me she was never trading indices. So if you guys heard her talk about the Nas 100 trade she took today, she told me she never traded indices before Aero. I didn't believe it because now she only trades indices. There's nothing, don't trade anything else. So it allows you to see things you didn't think you could see or understand what you're seeing. And so let's go over why Aero is special. And then we'll talk about what Aero can be used for. So Aero, all Aero is a visual tool that allows you to see what the markets are doing so that you can make a high probability decision on what direction and when to actually enter the trade. All right. There's 2 main reasons why beginners in Forex fail. Number 1, they trade against the trend. If the market is trending up, there's going to be a fake out where it looks like it's going to come down. They get in. They either get in for a retrace, which is a fake out, or they get in at the very top and then the market reverses. All right. Number 2, they over leverage their account. They don't use proper risk management. The tool helps out with the first part. It helps you understand, based on the rules we have in place, when to get in, when to take profit, All right, when not to get in. All right, and then the second part is the support we give through the video content that's on the website with Avoya Prime, through the live trading sessions. All right, give a shout out to Jackie. Jackie's doing New York sessions on a call and giving out that knowledge. And these live sessions allow you to start to understand and have that mindset to where you understand how much you should be risking on each trade, what type of stop loss, take profit you should be really gaining for, based on certain dynamics in the market. And so we're here not to just sell you a tool and then say, hey, we gave you the videos and the tool, go figure it out. No, we actually have currently 11 live trade sessions a week and 1 setup call a week. So there are 12 calls per week. We've had a couple of little drop-offs when it comes to New York session, but this week coming up, we're getting back into full-fledged. We will have Thursdays and Fridays, or Wednesdays and Thursdays covered. And so we'll be back to full strength, 100% of the calls happening every week going forward. All right. So let's jump in Aero. We'll start off with what we call the zones. You have these green zones here. You have the red zones. All right. Imagine if I take a ball and I drop it on the floor. What happens? It hits the floor and bounces up. Imagine if I take that same ball and I throw it at the ceiling. What is it going to do? It's going to hit the ceiling and bounce off. That's all price does every day, all day. Hits the floor, bounces up. Hits the ceiling, bounces down. Hits the floor, bounces up. Hits the ceiling, bounces down. The goal is to understand in which direction you should be trading. So even though it's hitting the floor and the ceiling all day, should you be trading it up or should you be trading it down? Also knowing at what time to get in, all right? At what point to get in, all right? So the green zones help you to identify the overall direction, all right? As you can see here, we have more green zones than we have red zones. And then you can naturally see that over time, price is trending up. From here to here, price is higher. Every day it's gone higher, a little higher that day, had a dip here, but it went back up and went higher, all right? Next is the trend colored candles. Here's what the chart looks like without arrow on it. You don't know what's going on. You have no clue what to do if you're not trained on how to trade what's called the naked charts, all right? But guess what? When you throw arrow on, now you kind of get a sense of what's going on. You can see that you got a notification, gold for the M5 sale. No, I'm not taking that one. Mess around, take a trade while we're on this call. Oh, you gotta see though, when price is, and again, price are these candlesticks, or as somebody calls them, squiggly lines. So when price is above this blue line here, it's most likely gonna be green, which means that it's trending up. When it's below, it's gonna be red, which means that it's what? It's trending down, all right? So again, more visuals to help you. The blue line is an arrow moving average. When price is moving up, the blue line is moving up. When price is moving down, the blue line is moving down. Again, more visuals to help you what? To help you understand what price is doing. All right, that's the goal. You understand what price is doing. All right. All right. Next is the Aero Pip Counter. This Pip Counter here tells you how many pips you've caught. So it's a cool little feature to help you understand. So if you're trading multiple pairs, you can see on this chart that, hey, I'm in a Bitcoin trade. Even though I'm on a gold chart, I can still monitor what my Bitcoin trade is doing. All right. And then last but not least, you have, this zone here. You see this gray shaded area. This is the money zone. All right. Outside of the money zone, you see price moves a little bit. Inside moves a lot more. All right. Moves a lot more volatility. Outside, not too much. Inside, big moves. All right. Why? It's because the money zone is the 12-hour time frame where over 80% of all money that is traded in Forex is traded. Over 80% of all the $7 trillion a day is traded during this 12-hour time frame. All right. Next, and last but not last, are these arrows. All right. The arrows, there are 3 different types of arrows. They all look the same, but there are 3 types based on 3 proprietary strategies that I came up with. that show you counter trend trades, confirmed trend changes, and continuation trend changes. This indicator is a momentum trending indicator. So when the trend is trending in a momentum, if the trend is moving with momentum in a single direction, it will notify you and you'll be able to see where you may be able to get in. The basic strategy, the foundation of the software is called what? The bag strategy. All right. How does the bag strategy work? 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, zoom all the way out, count your zones. 5 green, 4 red. Therefore what? Therefore, I should be only looking for buys because I have more green zones, because I expect price to bounce off the floor and head up. So I'm only looking for green zones, bounce off the green, all right? Rule number 2, only trade inside the money zone. Great, only trade inside the money zone. And step number 3, only take bag entry trades inside the money zone in the direction of the trend. The trend is up. We got more green than red. Here's the money zone. We're waiting for bag entry. Price bounced off the zone here. All right, we got an up arrow here. You see price ran up 125 pips. If you're using a 0.1 lot size, which is $1, you just made $125. If you're trading like Jackie and Los and the rest of the PIPOLOGY team, they're using what's called a standard lot, which is $10 per pip. So they just made $1,250. And if you're trading like a big fish, you're making even more. So it's all about catching pips in your favor, in your direction. And this is very simple. Price bounced off the green zone. You had an up arrow. You get in as soon as that up arrow pops up, and you see price runs up. It's that simple. All right, it really is that easy. The actual beta test group, which Los and Jackie were part of, they've proven that this strategy alone has a winning percentage of 85% if you just follow the rules flat out. If you have experience and you add a little bit of your own flavor, you can, again, improve that to over 90%. All right. So that's the basic strategy of Aero. This is Aero here. The cool thing about it is this is gold. Aero also works on indices. Here's SPX 500. As you see here, let's zoom out. You can clearly see 4 green, 3 red. You can see here, bounce, you had an arrow. It ran up 710 pips. You had another arrow right here. Price ran up 607 pips. If you took both of these arrows, you caught over 1,300 pips today. And again, just remember what you're using on those lot sizes. A 0.1 lot size, you would have made $1,300 with these both trades. A standard lot, you made about 13,000. This is why Jackie loves to trade the indices, because of their nice moves, their big moves. All right, easy, really simple. Bounced off the zone, got an up arrow inside the money zone, more green zones than red zones. Get in, ride it up. It's that easy. You can see here, look at how pinpoint accurate this is. You got in your drawdown, 6 pips, which means that if you're utilizing a 0.1 lot size, you went -$6 and then it ran up over 600 pips on you. So you risked $6 to make $600 if you utilize a 0.1 lot size. That is what's called a great risk reward ratio, all right? Those types of risk to reward ratios you get in some of these crypto coins where people put in $50 and turn around and make 5,000, all right? Again, past results are not indicative of future results. But again, the system is proven over and over, time and time again. I can tell you, story after story after story. There are 10-year-olds using the software. I trained my 16-year-old cousin how to use the software. He made $3,700 his first week, never traded in his life. And at the time, he didn't have his driver's license. Can't drive, still in high school, has a full-time lawn service business with his twin brother, never traded before in his life, plays basketball, has no time for it, he's still a kid, and he's making big money trading Forex. If he can do it, if there's 10-year-olds trading the software, there's actually 7-year-olds I've heard trading the software and catching 50 pips a week. 7-year-olds. If they can do it, you can do it too. The system was made to be easy. The system was made to be clear. And the goal is plug in not only to the system, but to the PIPOLOgy family, get the support you need, learn the skill set that could change your life if you spend the time learning how to master it. With that, I will turn it back over to Los. Anybody may have any questions?
One quick question. What time is the money zone started again, please? I'm in the Eastern time.
Eastern would be 1 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? When are your live trading calls? Right now, we are going to be wrapping up, but go ahead, Nate, if you don't mind giving the schedule.
So you've got 3 New York session calls. All right. They are from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You have 3 London session calls. They are from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you have 5 pre-New York session calls. They are from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So 11 calls a week. Every Sunday night at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, there's the setup call. So for everybody that's brand new, we'll get on this call, help you get set up. And learn about strategy number 1. We'll go over that in depth. Like tonight at 1 a.m., or I say tomorrow morning at 1 a.m., we have the last London session call of the week. So for everyone that is already, subscribed to Aero, and if you're not, hey, you may want to get subscribed. Tonight is the first London session giveaway. So we're giving away $2,500 tonight. I trade an account on a London session call, and I told the group that when it gets to 5,000, I will take half that money and we'll give it to the people. So we're giving out we're funding 10 accounts tonight with $250. So we're giving away $2,500 to 10 different individuals live on a call to actually fund their accounts so that they can continue to trade. All right. And we'll do it again. I'm gonna take that 2,500, we'll run it up to 10 grand. And when it gets to 10 grand, we're gonna cut it in half. And we'll take 5 grand and go give out, $500 for 10 people or $250 for 20 people, whatever we decide to do. We'll give away 5 grand. That's what we'll keep doing. We'll keep on giving back. Any other questions? I saw someone ask, is the system free? The system is not free. However, if given the opportunity, whoever asked that question, you may actually have the opportunity to actually win or be selected for a 2-week free trial, which allows you to demo test or test out the product for 2 weeks for free. All right, so stay on the call, for that opportunity.
Is there any more questions? If there's no more questions, then perfect. Let's give out some software then. Yo, who on this call does not have Airo and or Neo? Just drop a 7 in the chat. Let's drop something in the chat to let me know. Okay, I see a lot of 7s. Okay, I need to know another thing. If you're dropping those 7s, have you joined the group chat yet that we've been dropping that link in? For everybody that is dropping the 7s, join that group chat. Myself and Danielle will be doing a raffle later on tonight within that group chat before the live session with Nate. So a few of you guys will be able to get a software trial paid for by PIPOLOgy. No gimmicks, no strings attached for you to join the group to actually trade live with us. Again, do not take this opportunity for granted. People are literally getting their lives changed every day in this community. because they're learning a skill set that's bringing in consistent returns, and they're in an environment where they're safely trading with people that have experience and gaining new traders with more experience every single day. Also, with that being said, tonight, get into that chat. Man, we got our Pipology merch coming out, and we finna give out some Pipology hats tonight. You know what I mean? And maybe a couple of t-shirts, man. We're gonna drop that link real soon to the site so y'all can get one. Man, again, we got a movement going, man. We get the blue squad, black squad, red squad. You on the call with the black squad, you know how we get down, man. We compete to get you there all the time. So with that being said, man, we are gonna get off this call. We're over 12 minutes. Alexis, drop some music, man, so we can turn up a little bit. And again, man, y'all know how we rock, man. We trade together, we win together, and most importantly, we grow together, man. God bless y'all. See us out, Lex.